Building Rapport in the Classroom Management Episode 6 of 6. What's the secret to making your lessons not just memorable but truly transformative? It all starts with building rapport. When you connect with your students, you inspire them to learn, engage, and achieve their best. But how do you do it? Discover the proven techniques that successful teachers use to create a positive, motivating classroom environment. In this audiobook, we explore the often overlooked yet critical skill of building rapport with students. Teaching is not just about imparting knowledge, it's about connecting with people. Whether you're a seasoned educator or just starting out, this guide will equip you with practical strategies to develop relationships that motivate, engage, and inspire your learners. From mastering body language to creating meaningful connections, each chapter is designed to help you build the trust and rapport that lead to deeper learning and better outcomes. Focus points. Mastering body language and confidence. How to project confidence even when you're nervous. The importance of eye contact, posture, and smiling in building trust. Tips for effective body language in both physical and online classrooms. Using empathy and kindness. Why being supportive and kind helps students overcome challenges. The power of specific, genuine praise in boosting student confidence. Avoiding humor and sarcasm that may be misunderstood by learners. Engaging through conversation. How to actively listen and engage with students' responses. Techniques for learning student names, interests, and personalizing lessons to suit them. Why student interaction is key to fostering engagement. Creating connections by sharing. How sharing appropriate personal stories and interests helps create a bond. The balance between professionalism and personal connection, especially when teaching younger learners. Crafting lessons that matter. Why well prepared? Engaging lessons are the foundation of rapport. Tips for tailoring materials to student needs and maintaining variety in activities. How preparation and clear objectives lead to respect and better learning outcomes. Learning outcomes. By the end of this audiobook, listeners will understand the role of body language in projecting confidence and building trust with learners. Develop empathy-driven communication skills that support and motivate students. Learn techniques for engaging students through conversation and active participation. Understand the importance of sharing appropriate personal stories to create bonds with learners. Master the art of crafting engaging, well-prepared lessons that capture attention and facilitate learning. This audiobook is perfect for teachers looking to improve their classroom management and create a motivating, supportive learning environment that leaves a lasting impact on their students. Focus point 1. Mastering body language and confidence. Effective communication is not just about what you say but how you say it. Body language plays a crucial role in establishing trust and confidence in the classroom. For teachers, projecting confidence through posture, eye contact, and gestures creates a welcoming and authoritative presence. Students are more likely to engage with a teacher who appears open and self-assured, even if the teacher is nervous. Making eye contact signals attentiveness, and a genuine smile conveys warmth and approachability, encouraging students to participate without fear of judgment. In an online classroom where physical cues are limited, clear gestures, maintaining eye contact through the camera, and maintaining an organized background can help convey professionalism and focus. A teacher who appears composed and confident, even in virtual settings, is more likely to maintain students' attention and respect. In one study, researchers found that students rated teachers who used open, relaxed body language as more competent and trustworthy, enhancing their motivation to learn. Nonverbal communication is often the first impression students have of their teacher, so mastering this skill can make the difference in creating a positive classroom dynamic. The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. Peter Drucker. Recommendation. Teachers should practice body language techniques in front of a mirror or record themselves to ensure they appear confident and open. Small changes such as making eye contact, standing tall, and using gestures purposefully can have a large impact on how students perceive the teacher and engage with the lesson. Focus point 2. Using empathy and kindness. Empathy is one of the most powerful tools a teacher can use to connect with their students. Being supportive and kind helps students feel valued, fostering an environment of trust where students are not afraid to ask questions or make mistakes. When students sense that their teacher understands their challenges, they are more motivated to overcome obstacles and stay engaged in learning. Providing specific and genuine praise is particularly impactful. Instead of offering vague comments like, "Good job," a teacher can say, "I really appreciate how you solved that problem step by step." This shows that the teacher is paying attention and truly values the student's effort. When students see that their teacher is not quick to criticize or use sarcasm, they feel safer taking risks in their learning. Sarcasm may be misunderstood by students and could create barriers, particularly if students are still developing their emotional or linguistic understanding. A study by the University of Cambridge found that students who feel supported by their teachers show higher academic achievement and stronger social skills. Kindness in the classroom creates a ripple effect, inspiring students to be kind and empathetic towards each other. They may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. Recommendation: teachers should actively listen to students, offering constructive feedback that highlights their strengths while gently guiding them through areas of improvement. Empathy can be practiced by considering each student's background and challenges, tailoring responses to support individual needs. Focus point 3. Engaging through conversation. Building rapport through conversation involves more than just talking. It's about listening and responding in ways that validate and encourage students' thoughts. Teachers who engage with their students on a personal level, learning their names, interests, and preferences, can create a more inclusive and interactive learning environment. Active listening is key. When a student shares an idea or asks a question, the teacher should acknowledge their contribution thoughtfully, adding comments or asking follow-up questions to keep the conversation going. This interaction shows students that their input is valuable and that they are active participants in the learning process. For example, a teacher could begin the class by asking students about their weekend or something they are currently excited about. This not only breaks the ice but helps the teacher understand what motivates their students outside of school. Research by Pianta et al. 2008 found that classrooms where teachers engage students in regular, positive conversations reported higher levels of student participation and academic achievement. To effectively communicate, we must realize that we are all different in the way we perceive the world, and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. Tony Robbins. Recommendation: teachers should make it a point to engage each student in conversation, particularly those who tend to be quieter. This could be done through group discussions, casual chat before class, or personalized feedback on assignments. Building rapport through conversation can significantly enhance classroom dynamics and student engagement. Focus point 4. Creating connections by sharing. When teachers share personal stories or relatable experiences, they create a bridge of understanding with their students. However, it's essential to maintain a balance between personal sharing and professionalism. By selectively sharing relevant anecdotes that connect with the lesson, teachers show their human side while keeping the focus on learning. For instance, a math teacher might share a story about how they struggled with a particular concept as a student, highlighting how they eventually overcame that challenge. This not only makes the teacher more relatable, but also encourages students who may be facing similar struggles to persist. The key is in choosing personal stories that support learning goals and align with the lesson's content. Research has shown that when teachers share appropriate personal experiences, students tend to view them as more approachable and relatable, leading to improved classroom rapport. Lohman, 1995. We all have stories to tell. Sometimes they make a difference, sometimes they don't. But if we don't share them, we'll never know their potential impact. Breen Brown. Recommendation: teachers should regularly reflect on their own experiences and consider sharing moments of struggle and triumph to inspire students. Keeping these stories relevant to the subject matter ensures that the classroom remains a place of learning while fostering deeper connections. Focus point 5. Crafting lessons that matter. Rapport is built not just through interaction but through the quality of the lessons themselves. Well-prepared lessons that are engaging, interactive, and tailored to students' needs demonstrate a teacher's respect for their time and learning journey. Lessons that incorporate variety, such as group activities, multimedia, and discussions, keep students interested and motivated. A teacher who prepares engaging materials shows that they are invested in their students' success. For example, instead of delivering a traditional lecture on World War II, a teacher might use documentaries, primary source documents, and role-playing activities to make the lesson more dynamic and engaging. When students feel that the material is relevant and exciting, they are more likely to participate actively. Research by Ambrose et al. 2010 highlights that well-designed lessons tailored to different learning styles improve student engagement and retention of information. The mediocre teacher tells. The good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates. The great teacher inspires. William Arthur Ward. Recommendation. Teachers should regularly assess the effectiveness of their lesson plans by seeking feedback from students and observing engagement levels. Incorporating a variety of teaching methods ensures that lessons remain dynamic and students stay motivated throughout the learning process. Tailoring lessons to students' interests and needs can significantly enhance rapport and academic success. By focusing on these 5 areas, teachers can build lasting rapport with their students, creating a classroom environment that fosters engagement, trust, and deeper learning outcomes. 1. Developing strong nonverbal communication skills for a confident classroom presence. Teachers who master nonverbal communication can significantly impact the classroom atmosphere. For example, a calm and composed teacher can defuse a tense situation simply by maintaining a relaxed posture and steady eye contact. Nonverbal cues, such as open hand gestures and an upright stance, signal to students that the teacher is approachable and in control. These behaviors encourage respect and attention without the need for verbal commands. In one case study by Morabian and Ferris, 1967, it was shown that up to 93% of communication effectiveness is determined by nonverbal cues, highlighting the importance of body language in conveying authority and empathy in the classroom. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Recommendation. Teachers should practice maintaining eye contact, utilizing gestures that match their words, and adopting a confident posture to command respect without resorting to excessive discipline. 2. Building empathy and kindness as foundational classroom values. Empathy in the classroom fosters a safe and inclusive learning environment where students feel supported. For instance, a teacher who acknowledges the unique challenges a student is facing, whether academic or personal, demonstrates genuine care. A simple act of understanding, such as giving extra time to a struggling student, can motivate them to persevere. In a study by Wenzel, 1997, empathy from teachers was shown to correlate with higher student engagement and motivation. When teachers practice kindness, they create an environment where students feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns, enhancing their overall learning experience. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. Recommendation. Teachers should prioritize one-on-one interactions that demonstrate empathy and actively incorporate kindness into their feedback, ensuring students feel valued and heard in every aspect of their education. 3. Establishing rapport through meaningful conversations. Meaningful conversations between teachers and students can deepen understanding and engagement. A teacher who learns the interests and aspirations of each student can tailor lessons or examples to these interests, creating a more engaging experience. For example, if a teacher knows a student is passionate about sports, they might incorporate sports-related examples into a math problem to catch the student's attention. Research by Gablinsk, 2014, underscores that student-teacher dialogue is vital for fostering academic success. Teachers who create open lines of communication allow students to feel like active participants in their education rather than passive recipients. The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Tony Robbins. Recommendation. Teachers should strive to have regular check-ins with students, asking about their interests and concerns to build trust and ensure that students feel their voice is heard. This will make the classroom more interactive and lively. 4. Creating connections by sharing relevant personal experiences. Sharing appropriate personal stories can humanize teachers and make lessons more relatable. For example, a history teacher sharing their experience visiting a historical site can bring a lesson to life, creating an emotional connection with the content. Similarly, a teacher who shares their own academic struggles can inspire students to persevere through difficult subjects. This approach is supported by the social learning theory of Albert Bandura, 1977, which emphasizes that students learn from observing others, particularly figures they view as role models. Teachers who share personal stories create a bridge between the curriculum and real life, making the content more engaging and memorable. Storytelling is the most powerful way to put ideas into the world. Robert McKee. Recommendation: teachers should carefully choose personal anecdotes that reinforce the lesson's objectives. When sharing stories, it's important to ensure they are relevant to the subject matter, as this will inspire students and provide deeper context to the learning material. 5. Designing lessons that engage and motivate students. Engaging lessons that incorporate variety and interactivity are essential for keeping students motivated. For instance, a science teacher who incorporates experiments, video demonstrations, and hands-on activities ensures that students are not passive listeners but active participants in their learning. This variety caters to different learning styles and keeps students interested throughout the lesson. Research by Bain 2004 suggests that student engagement increases when lessons are designed with interactivity in mind, incorporating discussion, multimedia, and hands-on activities. Teachers who put effort into crafting dynamic lessons send a clear message that they value their students' time and intellectual growth. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Alexandra K. Trenfer. Recommendation: teachers should regularly assess their lesson plans, incorporating new and diverse methods to cater to all learning styles. Student feedback can also be an invaluable tool in refining lesson plans to ensure continuous engagement. 6. Encouraging mutual respect and a positive classroom atmosphere. Mutual respect is the cornerstone of a well-functioning classroom. When students feel respected, they are more likely to respect the teacher and their peers. A teacher can model this behavior by addressing students politely, listening to their concerns, and ensuring that classroom rules are applied consistently and fairly. In return, students will be more cooperative and engaged in the learning process. A study by Fraser, 1998, on the correlation between classroom environment and student outcomes found that a positive and respectful classroom atmosphere greatly improves student achievement and satisfaction. This environment allows students to focus on learning, rather than navigating social tensions or fears of embarrassment. Respect is a two-way street. If you want to get it, you've got to give it. R.G. Risch. Recommendation: teachers should be conscious of their interactions with students, modeling respect in all communications. Establishing clear, fair rules that promote respect among peers will ensure a collaborative and focused learning environment. 7. Enhancing student motivation through personalized feedback. Personalized feedback is a powerful motivator for students. A teacher who takes the time to give specific, constructive feedback shows students that their work is being thoughtfully evaluated. This level of attention can be especially motivating for students who may otherwise feel overlooked or disconnected from the learning process. An effective method could be a teacher commenting on a student's unique approach to solving a problem, followed by suggestions for improvement. This creates a dialogue and invites the student to reflect on their work. Research by Hattie and Timperley, 2007, shows that personalized feedback significantly improves student learning outcomes and motivation. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Ken Blanchard. Recommendation: teachers should aim to provide personalized feedback that is both encouraging and constructive. By focusing on specific aspects of a student's work, teachers can help students identify their strengths and areas for growth, fostering a mindset of continuous improvement. 8. Promoting classroom collaboration and active learning. Collaborative learning promotes engagement by allowing students to learn from one another and contribute their own perspectives. Group activities, peer reviews, and discussions encourage active participation and help students build essential social and communication skills. For example, a teacher facilitating a group project on environmental issues allows students to collaborate on research, share ideas, and present their findings, reinforcing both subject knowledge and teamwork. Johnson & Johnson's 1999 cooperative learning theory supports this approach, demonstrating that collaborative learning improves academic outcomes and social interaction. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Helen Keller. Recommendation: teachers should incorporate regular group activities and collaborative projects into their lesson plans. By doing so, students will develop critical thinking skills and learn to work effectively with their peers, enhancing both academic and social development. 9. Inspiring lifelong learning and curiosity through engagement. An engaged classroom is one where students develop a love for learning that extends beyond school. Teachers who foster curiosity by asking thought-provoking questions and encouraging exploration outside of the curriculum cultivate students' intrinsic motivation to learn. For example, a literature teacher could encourage students to research the historical context of a novel or explore similar works from other cultures, sparking independent learning. A report by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, found that fostering curiosity in students directly correlates with better long-term educational outcomes. Teachers who inspire students to be curious help them develop a mindset that values learning for its own sake, beyond grades or immediate rewards. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. William Butler Yeats. Recommendation: teachers should integrate open-ended questions and exploratory projects into their lessons, encouraging students to pursue their interests and make connections between different subjects. By inspiring curiosity, teachers help students develop a lifelong passion for learning. By reflecting on each of these focus points, teachers can refine their approach to building rapport, creating a classroom environment where students feel respected, motivated, and engaged. These strategies contribute to a more effective, collaborative learning experience that extends beyond the classroom walls. Conclusion: building rapport in the classroom. As we conclude our journey through building rapport in the classroom, the secret to engaging and motivating learners, let's revisit the key focus points that empower educators to create a nurturing and effective learning environment. Developing strong nonverbal communication skills for a confident classroom presence. Building empathy and kindness as foundational classroom values. Establishing rapport through meaningful conversations. Creating connections by sharing relevant personal experiences. Designing lessons that engage and motivate students. Encouraging mutual respect and a positive classroom atmosphere. Enhancing student motivation through personalized feedback. Promoting classroom collaboration and active learning. Inspiring lifelong learning and curiosity through engagement. These focus points offer practical strategies for teachers to foster rapport, engage learners, and motivate students to excel. By implementing these strategies, educators can create a positive classroom culture that encourages participation, supports emotional well-being, and promotes a love for learning. Practical recommendations: incorporate nonverbal cues to establish presence and authority. Practice empathy by being attentive to students' needs and feelings. Engage in meaningful conversations to understand student interests. Share personal stories to build connections and relatability. Design interactive lessons that cater to various learning styles. Model mutual respect through consistent and fair interactions. Provide personalized feedback to enhance motivation and growth. Implement collaborative activities to develop teamwork skills. Encourage curiosity by prompting open-ended exploration and inquiry. Reflecting on the overall learning experience, it is evident that building rapport in the classroom is not merely a technique. It is an essential practice that can significantly influence student engagement and motivation. These topics are fundamental in equipping educators with the tools necessary to inspire their students, making learning a shared, dynamic, and enjoyable process. Thank you for taking the time to explore these important themes with us. Your interest in enhancing classroom dynamics is commendable. If you found value in this audiobook, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow educators and learners. Remember, as you continue to engage with this content and improve your English language skills, the more you listen, the better you speak. Let's keep the learning journey alive together.